There are many polarizing topics in education, and one of them is homework. And when we look at the process of homework or the ritual, many educators give homework because it was given to us. It's not that it is a sound pedagogical practice. So there is a conundrum, do we keep doing what we've always done? Do we stop it entirely? Or do we make it better? Research has shown that homework prior up until eighth grade has shown little to no academic benefit in terms of achievement. And what we see is kids across K 12 spending so much time at home doing homework. And typically it's 1 through 30 odd, or it's so many different problem sets. And what's even more frustrating is that it is not checked for accuracy or reinforced in the classroom. You know, I think it really hit home with me when I was a parent. And up until fourth grade, my daughter had a lot of homework. But then in fifth grade, she started at Wells Elementary School in Cypress, Texas, and the school banned homework. My daughter actually read for pleasure at home, and her grades were the best they've ever been, even her standardized test scores. And at home, the reading for pleasure, the having conversations with us, playing with friends, you just don't get that time back. Now, when we think about homework as kids get older, I'm not going to say it doesn't have value, but I think we have to really take a critical lens to how much time are kids actually being asked to do homework. Kids are tired. They're spending so many hours in the school day. They're learning, they're working. And I think we have to be realistic of the expectations that we have for them because they are going to be studying. Or they might be watching flipped lessons. So I think once kids get into upper middle and high school, time limits have to be established. But also, we have to be reasonable about what we're asking kids to do at home. I'm all for my kids doing a few problems that are scaffolded, a few questions that are scaffolded that can be done in a reasonable amount of time. But I don't care if kids are in first grade, eighth grade, or 12th grade, they're still kids. And that time at home is important. So when we think about homework, if we're going to give it at the secondary level, is it relevant? Does it have meaning? Is it reinforcing in a authentic way what the kids were doing in class? Is it then being reviewed for accuracy to ensure comprehension in school? I do not feel that homework should be graded and be used against kids because there is a homework gap in this country. When we think about the reality of the haves and have nots, some kids at home have tutors. Some kids have two parents that are working with the kids, helping them with the homework, while others are not. And that's just not fair to all kids. So the conundrum is this. When we think about elementary school, is it effective? Is it a valid practice? As kids get older, is it being used to reinforce in relevant ways? Is it being reviewed? And is it being done in a timely manner for our kids? When we think about education, one of the most dangerous phrases is that's the way we've always done it. And we have to ask ourselves, why do we assign homework? How will it be used to improve learning for our kids? And ultimately, what role does the final product have in determining whether kids learned? So, all I ask is, I'm not here to say I'm for or against homework across the board. What my message is, let's take a critical lens to the practice. If we do assign it, let's make sure it has value. Let's talk to our kids to see if it has value. And let's make it better, especially at the secondary level. I'd love to hear your thoughts on homework on social media, and I'll attach some more detailed content and research that really gets to the heart of this conundrum. Thanks for listening, everybody.